There's maybe two extremes that I thought of how Christians have addressed God and thought about prayer in our life. So on one extreme, you have kind of the usually described as like the prosperity gospel idea. That is a movement that would mistake the gift for the gift giver. See, it's a movement of prayer that says, if we just pray with enough faith, then God will just answer all of my dreams and all of my desires, and everything that I want will come true. He'll build my bank account. He'll give me the right job if I just have enough faith. And we start to treat God like a vending machine. If I just say the right words and push the right buttons, then I'm going to get what I want. But it's a mistake. We focus too much on the gift and not on the gift giver. The other extreme is more of a cessationalist or cynical approach that says, you know what, God is going to do what he's going to do anyway. It's almost not even that important to pray because we can't change God anyway. And God doesn't really care about our little problems. He's doing bigger things way up in heaven. And so we might as well just worship God from a distance and not believe that prayer actually works. I think both of those are misguided because what I see in Scripture, especially in this passage, but actually all through the Gospels, is a Jesus who keeps coming down into our very ordinary world. Prayer does matter. It does work. I've seen it work in so many ways. I know so many of us here, we've seen God answer these incredible prayers tangibly. And so we should trust. We should have this sense of walking with God in this daily relationship. Not going so far to the other side of thinking that God has just become our vending machine and we can get whatever we want out of him. And I think actually this passage helps me approach that tension really well, because I should expect that God cares about my everyday crises. Of course, I should tell God when I'm having a problem, when something is going wrong, when the wine has run out. But I should also ask God, whatever you do, Lord, in this moment, would you point beyond this moment to your actual redemption? The miracles of Jesus throughout the Gospels are always a signpost to his cross and resurrection. They point us forward to his ultimate redemption, because that's the greatest gift that we're actually looking for. And yes, God continues to work in our everyday life, but it's always with a view of Calvary. It's always with a view of the cross in mind. And so I actually let's come back to Mary for a little bit. Her example here gives me a really great way to pray. She says two things in this story. The first thing is she brings the problem straight to Jesus. She says, Jesus, they have no more wine. And then the next thing she says to the servants is, do whatever he tells you. So she brings the problem to Jesus, but then she stops short of telling Jesus exactly what to do. This is the opposite of how I often pray. Oftentimes, I have an itemized list of everything I think God should do, and I want to bring him my list and have him notarize it and say, can you just do it in this exact order? Give me this job and that house and heal this. And so I want to give him all the things he should do and him just give his stamp of approval because I'm so smart and I know exactly how to fix everything. But actually, Mary here is embodying a very Jewish way of praying. You see this all throughout the Psalms. The Psalms are this incredible prayer book of the Bible. And most of the time what they do is they focus a lot of their energy on telling God what is wrong. God, it feels like we've been abandoned. God, I'm suffering here. I have this, I can't figure out this problem. I've run out of wine. But then they stop short of actually telling God what to do. At that point, they stop and they say, but God, our eyes are on you. However you're going to solve this problem, even if it's not what I had hoped, I'm going to trust in you. And so there's this radical turn of trust to say, at the end of the day, I'm just going to do whatever you tell me. I'm going to tell you what's wrong, but then I'm going to do whatever you tell me. And so Mary actually gives us this great model to embody in our own prayer. As you think about the crises that you're facing, both big and small, the deep grief and pain and loss that you're struggling with right here and right now. How is Jesus inviting you to bring that to him? Say, God, I'm going to just tell you what's going wrong in my life. I'm going to trust that you are a God who actually is not distant. You actually want to have this relationship with me. You want to walk with me. And I'm also not going to treat you like a vending machine, putting in my code and just expecting whatever I want to come out of it. But I'm going to be walking in this relationship, trusting in you and having you point me to a greater revelation of your glory, of your cross, of your redemption.